This is the What I Need podcast, a shared journey exploring topics of society, spirituality, and even ways of being. Here, we speak freely and fully, from the heart and the conscious mind, in hopes to find what we need. Thank you, for your time is valuable and you could have been anywhere else in the universe. All of you are welcomed and appreciated here. Welcome to the What I Need podcast. So today's episode is about purpose. Like many of my episodes, they have been pre-recorded, and this is definitely one of those. I recorded this some time ago out in California on a day that I was feeling really charged up just about recognizing purpose and how fulfilling it is to finally find and know what that is for yourself. I was all hyped up and I was definitely talking loud, and as my good friend Courtney says, I was in my preacher Karlton mode. So I was definitely letting have, and I'm going to let y'all have this episode, get you ramped up, revved up about your purpose today. Check it out. Hello, this is Karlton Fresh, aka King Karlton, and my mother named me Vernon Carter, the mother of my father. Um, this is going to be a part of a series of podcasts that I'm doing in order to just document, as I've done many times in my life, documenting a situation, my situation, the situation, everybody's situation, in order to capsulize this moment, to grow from this, not only for myself when I need to look back, but for others to maybe discern something valuable for themselves. I feel like the creator, God, the universe, whatever you need to call it, to sleep at night. It's only one thing, and it's all the same thing. God's been guiding me with a certain set of knowledge that is immense. I've been coming into certain knowings and certain things that it's hard for me to explain, and it's hard for me to get up in front of right now, get up in front of people and just speak it out loud. So I'm recording these moments so I'm able to articulate them later. It may or may not even see the light of day. But if you're listening now, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have your attention. Um, I was just listening to one of my favorite spiritual leaders, or guiders, brothers, um, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, and also Ian Van Zandt. These two people are amazing. These two people are definitely folks that have come into the same knowing that I am just now, entering my 30s. I'm 33 currently, entering this magical age. Um, and when I say magical, I don't mean Harry Potter. I mean God. So more so miracle time. This miracle age. It's amazing. Um, so I just realized what my real desire is. I'm wiping tears from my eyes at this moment, and I'm realizing what my real want is out of this whole music thing, out of this whole just being here on the planet. I feel like we all have a desire, we all have a dream, um, and we all have a purpose, which is even more important than both of those. I've come to the understanding that wanting for things wanting for things and desiring for things outside of your purpose, you're going to do a lot of backpedaling. You're going to do a lot of swimming upstream. I'm not going to tell you if you can't manifest or you can't achieve anything that you want. That's up to you. That's your business. For myself, I've been trying to find, I've been trying to, because I feel like I'm a person that feel like I've known my purpose for quite some time. And it's not something so easily definable, but I will try to summarize the definition and my definement of my purpose, which is to speak, which is to audit- auditorily affect change. As a musician, as an artist, um, not only do I use music and frequencies to vibrate my emotions out so they can be transmitted like a radio station. You know what I'm saying? A radio station can broadcast miles at a time. I don't know how many miles, but far. You turn on Power 106. You turn on, I'm here in Orange County. I can hear that Power 106 and 92.3 LA from 32 miles away. My mission and my purpose is to use my talent as a musician and my voice, even auditorily, and as an orator, to speak and articulate my understanding, share it with others so that they can glean something better for society. I've only come to this conclusion by listening back to my music. And it's not to bash anybody else's themes in their music. I am the most non-judgmental person you will ever meet. However, as a musician, we do view competition. We do view, okay, well, this is what that guy's doing. I'm going to do it like this, especially in hip hop. And I've always been that hip hop artist that wants to say something important, that wants to say something that penetrates the mind, takes it to another level, makes you think about, hey, does it have to be so hurtful? Or could it be more educational? Does it have to be more, I'm better than you? Or can it be an instruction of how we can be better? Is it a story, or is it just the blabbing about what I got, this and that, I got this, I got that? Or is it a story that tells I came from this and I made it to that? Maybe you could do it too. Is it something that uplifts and gives energy to the person that's listening? These are the kind of frequencies and messages I know that I'm meant to transmit. I'm a transmitter. Um, Lately, I've been noticing in my music certain things seem or feel to myself, and you could be the judge of whatever you may hear from me. You may never hear a song from me. You may just listen to this. Things that I feel are prophetic, or even repeat things that are prophetic to kind of bring out and bring light to issues, topics, futures, past, social climates, natural climate, to bring a light to highlight those areas because they need highlighting. Now, in and of that, okay. So they're talking up there. Excuse me. There, we are talking about. We're talking about purpose right now. So I've just gone ahead and explained a somewhat brief level of what my understanding of my purpose, while on the planet is. It makes me very happy to share those things through music. It makes me feel very complete to share those things through music, to dance it out with music, to share it on stage with music, to hear somebody say, I really resonated with what you said right there. And I feel like that's how I know it's my purpose, because it's something that gives to my soul. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with fame, viral moment. I mean, I guess if it's a viral moment and the more people that seen it and the more people that resonated, wow, the feeling is bigger. But it could be only a couple of people. Could be one person that says, hey, that affected me. It feeds the soul. I feel like that's how you know when you're on to what your purpose is. Some people might be, listening. Oh, my purpose is to get the bag. My purpose is to bag the honeys. My purpose is to, slap that ass. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. But you can't get that level of fulfillment that I'm talking about, really, from those things. So if you don't already know what your purpose is, knowing what I've just mentioned here in the first 10 minutes of this podcast, you could begin to search for what it may be for yourself. It's going to add a new kind of value to your life. It's going to add a new kind of hunger and thirst for greatness into your life. It's going to add a new discernment to your life. And it's going to add the most important thing, a route and a pathway to your best life. Because what I've noticed is when you're working inside of your purpose, and God will speak to you as well at some point. He's going to speak to you, whether it's through another human being, whether it's through a moment or situation, whether it's through a sign that you're on the right path. That not only feels good for free in your soul, but that it keeps that chasing, and not chasing, excuse me, that moving, because it's not a chasing. I'm never chasing. I'm never really chasing this thing. I'm moving with it. I've been moving with my purpose since maybe 14 years old. Um, when you're moving with it, you're gonna notice the creator throws you rebounds. The creator throws you alley oops. The creator's being a team player. He always is, or they always are. You know, there's no gender to a eternal being. That's why I have to put that. Um, So the creator begins to throw you alley oops. The creator begins to throw you, um, you know, really, really, really good things. That's how you also know you're on the path. You will. It may be a moment where you think, "Oh my goodness, everything has kind of gone bad." Hold on, let me pause. Okay. Let's jump back in. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited to be able to talk about this, and we really got to be thankful. We got to be thankful for our journeys. So what I was mentioning is you may be in a situation where it feels like, oh my goodness, feels like the whole world's trying to collapse on top of me. It's not going good. It's not going the right way I need it to go. Um, that's probably because you may have stepped outside of purpose and you might have ended yourself up in a certain situation, or just by happenstance. We don't know why a bad thing happen. We don't know why a bad thing happens. Two things or three things I would say about that. One, don't focus on the why it happened. Get to focusing on that solution. And so that's two actually. So one, don't focus on why a bad thing happened. I've done this myself, so I'm telling you the Spark Notes version. I'm telling you the I already fixed that problem version, and here's the answer. I'm telling you the cheat code version. When a bad thing happens, don't focus too long on why or how or why me or what was me. Start thinking, number two, start thinking of the solution and applying your solution. If you feel like there's no solution, you need to go back. You need to run it back. You need to run it back. You're wrong. I don't care what it is. Because if you can't find a solution, you must already have passed on into the next afterworld or into the beyond. You must already be in the beyond. If you alive, you live and you got air in your lungs, there's no excuse. Find the solution, apply it immediately. It may take a week, it may take a month for the solution to be applied. Now, once you get that solution applied, return to purpose. Most of the time, within the application of the solution, which is also in process returning to purpose, you're going to be rewarded. These are the things to look out for. Again, if you're questioning your purpose, if you don't know what it is, if you're just brand new at it and you've just identified, oh, this is my purpose, then look out for these things that I mentioned. You should be getting rewarded almost constantly when you're remaining in gratitude and when you're remaining in your purpose and you're remaining, again, grateful for everything the Creator has done for you. You should at that point just be getting rewarded. You'll begin to only see every day as a reward because it is. Even simple stuff like that is the type of know. That's what I'm talking about. Is the knowing that I'm coming into at this point. You'll begin to see that every day is a reward because it is. Because what? You might not have been afforded that day. Somebody wasn't afforded that day. Therefore, you're doing pretty good. You got a chance. You got a chance to do better. You got to think of yourself as a champion. You got to think of yourself as a genius. You got to think of yourself as somebody, oh, if they let me get my turn, ooh, I'm about to do this. Because you are and you can, but only if you're thinking like that. If you're not thinking like that, then you're thinking you need to rethink it. If you're not thinking like that, just go ahead and rethink it, baby. Because you should do it. You should be thinking about doing it way big. You should be thinking about how you could do it way big. You should be thinking about how, okay, let me get this together over here. Let me get that and this together over here because I want to have a higher education. Let me get this and that over here because I want to start my own business. Let me get this and that over here because I want to open up a bakery. Put the pieces together within purpose. So let me go a little bit back here. I'm picking up a friend. I'm picking up Danilo from work right now, working with the children. If you know me, you probably do know Mr. Danilo Energy. And I thank him for being, a friend and partner and confidant of mine, literally introducing me to Reverend Michael and changing my life. Him also changing my life. So I'm thankful. You got to be thankful for your friends too. You need to give them their flowers. You need to be thankful for them. He's probably going to end up getting in the car right now. Oh, there he is. Okay. But I'm going to try to wrap this up. So what I gleaned, I love that word, gleaned, from Reverend Michael and Miss Ian Levanzant is like find that real purpose. They said something. They said that you're going to find your purpose once you find that you're a spiritual warrior, that your purpose is to eliminate your own suffering and to eliminate the suffering of others. I'm finishing up a podcast, but come in. Uh, finishing. Okay, so once you find that you're actually a light warrior and a spirit warrior, that your purpose is actually to end your suffering. So all that trauma, you go through it. You go ahead and you find the way to dead that. You phoenix yourself and you've risen with superpowers, basically, and then you start ending other people's suffering. And I realized that's what I want to do through music. It's always been to point out, okay, how can we do this better? Okay, what is the social injustice? Okay, what is the climate injustice? Okay, how do we recognize things that are actually important? Yeah, here and there may be a song, shake, 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 shake that ass, but we're talking about, we're going to make time to talk about higher vibrational stuff. What is a high vibration? We're going to make a song, okay, that lets people know you could be in a good vibration instead of a bad vibration. And then that affects change. So my goal, I found out that my sole purpose is to affect change and to end as much suffering as possible. And if I go through my music and I look and I listen to what I've done so far, it reflects that. If I have a bad day, I remember what my purpose is and I work towards solutions only to fix that. I'm rewarded along the way because I'm following in my purpose. You want to say anything, Mr. Danilo Energy, on that? We're talking about, this is my first podcast episode talking about purpose and how it rewards you when you're on track, and how it never really leaves you in the dust. How you never really have to worry a day. You're really good at this.
Absolutely. Wow, thank you for having me part of your podcast.
Yes.
Very first episode, I feel honored. Thank you so much, Danilo Energy here. And purpose is so important. It's every day how we breathe. And being able to operate at a level of where you're giving at your source energy, everything will fall into the right alignment, the right place at the right time, every single moment by moment, just because you are stepping and breathing at your true divine self.
I was worrying about abundance, I think, a lot of times. And what do you tell me when I'm worried about abundance? What do you try to reassure me? It's nothing in particular, but it's like, you're always just like, it's there.
It's already here. There's the power of our words. Our words are so powerful, our thoughts. So if you feel like, oh, I want this, I need this, like the universe is operating like something that you don't have, you're asking, you're gonna say, I already have, I am. I am that I am is the most powerful words of already knowing whatever you have that you want and desire, you're already saying you have it. So it's not just about the law of attraction, sweetie. It's about what you're radiating from within. So if you're radiating that you already have, the universe will just coincide with your energy in response to how you're feeling from within. And it's actually the law of radiation, which attracts it towards your direction by the way you're radiating. So,
Right. And then, so you're certainly not going to get whatever, quote unquote, that is, or the X variable, XYZ variable. You're not going to get that by assuming you're not going to get it. So what can you do? The best thing you can do is
proclaim it.
Proclaim it.
I already have. I'm grateful. Gratitude is one of the highest forms of energy, and it opens up the space for you to be more grateful for more things. So if you're sitting there complaining, then more of those complaints will show up.
Right. This morning we jumped in the car and prayed and meditated on a high vibration. Let me tell you, everybody I've talked to today, everybody that I've come in contact with today, we're laughing, we're having a great time, and the day that I get out here and I have a bad attitude, which I'm not perfect. I'm kind of new to this.
Nobody's perfect.
I feel like I'm kind of new to this. So sometimes I'll let myself be in a bad mood. I guess sometimes you have to feel your feelings as well. But if you don't, and you just say, I'm going to wake up this morning, I'm going to jump out of bed, and I'm going to say high vibration, and I'm going to I'm going to meditate on it. I mean, it happens. Because you've already stepped into that energy. You already said, you know what? Nope, my energy is going to be high vibration. I'm going to also give that out. So I'll laugh with the person that I'm walking up. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Before I get to them, And that has already put them in such a mood. They're reflecting it back to me, and it's a beautiful thing. I'd rather have a good day than a bad one.
Absolutely. It's so easy to start with high vibration. All you have to do is one thing first thing when you wake up. Is think of only one thing you're grateful for. And that just one thing you're grateful for, and that'll open up your space of allowing a day just to be full of gratitude. You allow magical things out of the blue to come out into your day. Like everything today for myself, I was like, okay, I got to take care of this, take care of that, take care of that. But we started our day with prayer on our way to my job. And so everything while I was at work fell into place. Now everything's super simple. It's like, wait, what? Everything just got taken care of all because we knew already ahead of time that we were like, thank you for taking care of everything, universe God.
Yeah.
Mother Divine, thank you for allowing everything to fall into place. We're grateful for the perfect synopsis of alignment, and so it is. And so it happens from right there because you felt it.
Exactly. So that's going to be the first little podcast. I just was so inspired again by Reverend Michael and Iyanla Van Zandt. So I wanted to say a little something myself. I wanted to just record this. My good friend, also Kinsey Ray Masters, who we're in a group with, Super Gay Heroes. Make sure you check us out, the Super Gay Heroes, on all streaming platforms. But she told me to start recording, and sometimes I'll go on my Instagram and I'll just like blurt things out on a story. But she was saying she feels the content may not be absorbed right there good enough, or it needs to be available to people in a different format. So I'm starting this new thing of just, doing voice notes, recording them, and I'm going to start releasing them, very soon. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to the release. And I thank you so much for tuning in. I don't even have a name for the show yet, but this is the first episode. Thank you, Danilo Energy, for popping in. And we'll see you next time.
We love you all.
Love. And it's the strongest thing. Everything's made out of it. All right, bye. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for joining us today on the podcast. Shout out to Danilo Energy. You can find him on all streaming platforms. Danilo Energy, just the way it sounds. Thankful for him to be on the show and share a little bit. I have some facts that I'd like to conclude today's episode with. These are coming from Psychology Today, verywellmind.com, and research.lifeway.com. So there's a health benefit for those who go ahead and define a sense of purpose for themselves. People with a strong sense of purpose tend to have stronger immune systems, experience faster recovery, even live longer. Mental well-being. Those that have chosen a purpose experience high levels of eudaimonic well-being, meaning control and feeling that what they do is worthwhile, contributing to overall happiness and life satisfaction. Resilience. Purposeful people are generally more resilient, able to overcome. Positive outcomes. A sense of purpose is a powerful predictor of numerous outcomes. So these are 5 reasons I urge you today to look within and even without to find what it is that drives you, what it is that moves you forward, not only out of a sense of motivation, but out of a sense of purpose. You'll find that your motivation, they got it bumping. Southeast side, Grand Rapids, don't mind that. You'll find that a sense of purpose brings a whole new motivation to your life, so that you too can get it bumping and popping off. Thank you for joining the What I Need podcast today, and hey, we wish you a really popping, bass bumping, trunk rattling, purposeful life. Have a great day. Thank you once again for tuning in to the What I Need podcast. This is your host, Karlton, letting you know this is a Function Presents exclusive. We encourage you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Function Presents. Also, we have our website, functionpresents.com. Before I go, I gotta tell you, I hope you find what you need, whatever that is, because you need it, apparently. Okay, bye.